Peace, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Um, Question of the day: as we continue to see this Jewish onslaught of attacks against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, um, when you think about the minister's history all the way around, it makes me pose a question to those members of the Jewish community, and that question is, why Farrakhan? Why y'all so adamant about shutting him down or silencing him, removing his voice, removing his presence from social media, removing his presence from mainstream TV and radio outlets? Why is that such a priority for you? We're going to get into that in a minute. Why is it such a priority for you to force black people who love the minister, who respect the minister, who support him? Why do you feel that you have the authority to tell them to denounce the minister? Think about the arrogance of that. You ever had a homeboy or just knew somebody and you was cool with him and you was cool with somebody else, but he didn't like this one, so they get mad at you because you still cool with that one? Now, I'm not saying that these people have been our friends, but it's the same principle. You don't like him, so you're going to try to force others not to like him. That was an article written, well, not an article, that was a statement made in 1994 by a member of the Jewish community, and dealing with how they were going to, I guess, deal with Minister Farrakhan. And I'll try to get the link to that so y'all won't think I'm making something up. But it was from the Anti-Defamation League, and it was in their policy of engagement. And to paraphrase it, it said, these are the Jewish people saying, we can't stop Farrakhan, but we can place an obligation on those who support him to basically denounce and reject his anti-Semitism. In other words, we can't whoop him, but we can whoop his little brother. We'll jump on his little brothers and his little sisters. That's what they'll try to do. So, in seeing that, it makes you understand that there's been a outline and an agenda in place for over 2 decades. So when you see this recent wave and this pattern of black people making statements, making comments, and then later on coming back and bowing down and I'm sorry, I apologize. That's all part of that, because they understand where their bread is buttered, as I said in another video. And it's sad because the three main things they say about Mr. Farrakhan is that he's anti-Semitic, he's a bigot, and he's homophobic. The Jewish people and the LGBT community are two very powerful entities in society. And the slightest critique of either one can lead you straight to the slaughter. Straight to the slaughter. If you allow yourself to be taken to the slaughter. Question I want to ask, though, to the Jewish community is, if there's such an obligation on us as black people to reject one of our leaders because you don't like him, I think it's time for us to start putting the pressure on you to reject and denounce some of the cats within y'all circle that we don't like. What if we contacted you every time the Anti-Defamation League? What if we contacted the Anti-Defamation League every time Alan Dershowitz said something? disrespectful about the minister. Every time this cat Abraham Cooper said something about the minister. I was reading an article that bears witness to what I just said about the 1994 policy of engagement by the ADL. There's a guy named Jonathan Tobin, who's the editor-in-chief at jns.org, and he also writes for the New York Post. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but at the end, the last piece said, it's up to black religious leaders and politicians to unequivocally condemn the Nation of Islam leader. So as long as Farrakhan is treated as a defensible figure whose allegedly positive messages, see how they did allegedly positive messages, like nothing the minister says is a positive message, it's alleged, whose allegedly positive messages outbalance his hate speech, it won't be possible to truly address questions about anti-Semitism among African Americans. The arrogance, man, is on full display. It's up to us as black people. The weight is on us to defend your suffering. But it's bigger than that, because it's not about just defending Jewish suffering. You are asking black people to defend Jewish lies. Think about that. Because when people come out and say that the European Jews are not real Jews, they're not real Semitic people, that's taken as an offense to you. That's taken as a disrespect and an anti-Semitic claim, but in actuality, it's just a fact. So if a Nick Cannon speaks a fact along those lines, if another entertainer athlete speaks the truth along those lines, then guess what? Guess what? We're called out to denounce the truth in defense of you and in protection of a lie. Think about that arrogance, man. But I've never seen the ADL do anything for any black organizations of consequence. Never heard about any of the prominent Jewish foundations getting down for the black people, the real black organizations. You only deal with those that you control. So why Farrakhan? Because he exposes the truth of who you are and what you've done, in particular to black people. So in order to cover that up, you pull that card out, an anti-Semitism card that you play all the time. You pull it out, and it scares the hell out of black people, because in a lot of cases we don't even know what it means. So when we hear it now, like, I'm not an anti-Semite. You're right, you're not. But based on their definition, you don't even know what it means. See? We got to quit falling for that same trick. And I'm speaking to those who are sincere about it. Shout out to people like Ice Cube. Shout out to people like Steven Jackson. And check this one out. Shout out to Madonna. Because Madonna posted a clip of the minister and got 700 some thousand views on it. They came at her to apologize and take it down. She did neither one. So salute to Madonna for having more guts than I ain't gonna say that, because they don't tear each other down as hard as they tear each other down. So in a lot of our cases, the black people, we get in a situation where we stand to lose more, and they try to humiliate black people a little more extreme. But I still give Madonna props for doing that. Jewish obsession with Minister Farrakhan is rooted strictly in the fear they have that he would expose them. And not just him exposing them, but they know how big his following is, and he will wake up millions of people if they don't keep away, if they don't keep trying to harness and muzzle his words. So that's what it's all about. But in the end, the flood came, and the flood was a flood of propaganda, but the earth swallowed the flood, and the earth represents the people. So they're going to come out against him. They're not done, but he'll be the winner, and we'll be the winner if we don't punk out. Plain and simple. Don't be fooled by the imposter Jews. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.